Hello, how's everybody doing today? This is Mickey. Well, today I want to cover two subjects. First, I want to cover how we can process a photograph that already has good lighting and good processing, but there is a way with a couple masks that we can add more depth and make this photograph just pop off the screen. And second of all, I want to thank everybody who subscribes and watches my channel. I passed over 4,000 subscribers this past week, and I just want to have a little giveaway to show you how much I appreciate everybody subscribing and watching my channel. All right, so let's get cracking and get over to this photograph. A couple photographs here to show how we can improve them with just a couple simple masks. Here we're looking at a scene of just a good headshot. It's pretty well lit. Looks like it has a little Rembrandt lighting and a nice plain background, but there is a way we can make it just a little bit better with a couple masks. To start out with, we're going to make a mask of the subject. Just choose subject here, and that looks like it's a pretty good one. Really don't need to do anything with it. If we hit the O key, we can turn the overlay off. And I think the lighting's pretty good. Maybe bring the highlights down just a little tiny bit, take that shine off his forehead. All right, next thing we want to do is go to these three dots and say duplicate and invert the mask. And what we're doing here is making the background the subject of our exposure changes here now. So we're just going to bring the exposure down a little bit to darken the background. I want to add just a little white, maybe just a little bit of shadow. So you can see we have a good change in the background, which makes him stand up just a little bit better. Makes him come more in front of the photograph. Now what we want to do is add that pop, all right? And what we're going to do is we're going to go up, create a mask, and we're going to grab a radial gradient. And we're going to bring it right across the scene, about like this. I want to keep the center point, which is the brightest point, I want to keep that off the canvas. And I'm going to drag it across the diagonal like this and bring it all the way down. And now we're going to add some light. Just add about that much light to it. All right. Then we're going to come up here, subtract, select subject, and it takes it off the man's face, or off the whole subject. And then we could just fiddle with our exposure till we get it just like we like. And as you can see, this is before, this is after, before, and after. Just add a little directional light, adds a little more depth and drama to the picture. Now we could go a step further. I know this is Rembrandt lighting. If we wanted to do something more, let's do another select subject. All right, and this time we're going to intersect with a linear gradient. And we're just going to bring that linear gradient across just about like this. Now this will let us control that side lighting even a little more. So if we wanted to bring the exposure down, we could bring it down just a little bit, bring it down maybe in the shadows, but keep the highlights up just a little bit, about like that. So as you can see, we have a little darkening, making that Rembrandt lighting a little bit stronger if that's something that you want. So that's just another way to change the lighting to make this pop right off the screen or right off the paper when we print this out. So we'll look at our before, after, and after. All right, let's move to the next one real quick. This is another pretty well lit scene. I've done a little processing to it, but it could be a little better. And what we want to do is we have some good light in the background here, so why don't we do something with that? We're going to go and grab a radial gradient, and we're going to bring it over in this area right here. We're going to make it kind of big, and we're going to add just a little exposure, about like this, maybe a little texture or clarity. And then we're going to subtract, select subject. So we don't want any on the guys here. So if we look at our before, after, before, and after, we're starting to get a little depth because it's darker in the front and it's getting lighter in the back. Add a little depth to the scene. Let's add one more. Let's grab another radial gradient, and we want to come over here to this area. We want to add just a little brightness, about like this. And I'm actually going to grab it and change the color a little bit, like this. And we're going to subtract subject because we don't want it any on the subject. So now if we look at our before, after, and after. One more thing that I might do is I'm going to grab an object mask, and I'm going to grab this tree, about like this. Good mask. And now I want to click on the three dots and go to intersect with radial gradient. I'm going to bring that radial gradient in right across here like this. Let's turn it around just a little bit. And I'm going to add just a touch of exposure, about like this. So we're lighting up that side of the tree because we know the sun's coming in here. And I believe there's still a chance that some of it hit this tree. So I got the exposure about like I want. Now I can use my amount slider and bring it in lighter or darker. So we'll just add just a little bit of lightness to that trunk of the tree. And because we use the intersect, let me hit the O key, turn the overlay on. You're seeing that the intersect allows us just to light up just that one portion of the object mask that we put on that tree, just about like this. And then we can control how much light is hitting that by our mount slider and our exposure slider. Just about like that. So now if we look at our before, after, before, and after. So it gives a little depth to this scene by adding a little more light to the back. I might even, because there is a little light here in the center, right in this area right here. Just a little touch of light, just a very little, about like this. Turn our masks off, before, after, before, after. See how just a little bit of light on a well-lit scene just can add a little more depth to it. All right, let's get to the giveaway. So what I was trying to find is what can I offer my subscribers in a giveaway that just about everybody could use, because if you try to give a camera piece, people use different kind of cameras. It's just a whole nut roll. But what I've thought of is this tool that I use almost every single day, and this is a little tool made by Small Rig, and it's got 7 or 8 little hex wrenches, flat heads on it, a little of everything, and you can use it wherever you are. Just throw it in your pocket, and if you need to change an L bracket or change or fix any cage around your camera, fix just about anything photographic related, it is in here. It's the best little tool in the world. So as you can see, it comes in a nice little carry case. So have it in your pocket. It has a nice little tightener in the top so it won't fall out and stay secure in the case the whole time. It's aluminum steel construction, real solid. You have those holes on the side that you can put, set screws and things in to store them. It comes with a flat head, 2.5 hex, 25 Torx, and a Phillips head on the one side, and the other side they're all hexes. And then there's a standard 3/16, a 4mm, and a 3mm on that side. Like I said, folds up real nice and easy. You can tighten or loosen the ends to make the tools come out easier or harder to keep it more secure. Just a great little tool to have in your pocket. Well, there you have it. I hope these special masking techniques to show you how to add depth to your photograph and to really make the subject pop helped out. I also want to thank everybody again that has subscribed and watched my channel. This contest is going to be run through June 20th. All you need to do is be a subscriber and leave me a comment saying that you would like to be included in the giveaway. On the 20th, I will pick a random subscriber from the list, and I'll notify you with a short video, and I'll notify you by comment that you're the winner. I wish everybody luck on this giveaway. Be sure to get your name and comment in to be included in the list, and I can't wait to talk to you again.